Well, this is Bonnie and this is Nick. I'm Mark and we're going to visit the Nightingale Village. We acknowledge the Wurundjeri people who are the traditional custodians of the land where we're meeting today. Pay our respect to the elders both past and present of the Kulin Nation and extend that respect to other Indigenous Australians present. This project is a collaboration of 6 architectural firms coming together under the Nightingale principles to create a village with cost efficiency, strong community and sustainability at its core. A collection of 6 apartment buildings in Brunswick, grouped together under a single planning and building permit, documented as one by Hayball, which shared services throughout. Instead of a single development where identity can get lost, a village was created to provide associations between resident groups and their individual buildings at a finer ground. To pull that off, successful collaboration of the group was key. A collaboration based on shared goals to inform a highly sustainable outcome. As a group, ideas were shared in a studio environment at early stages to galvanise a common approach to achieving sustainability endeavours, to discuss proposals and support each other in undertaking a project as a developer as well as an architect. Whilst collaborating on a precinct level, each architect developer was responsible for their own site. The advantage being that each could guide their project from a point of authority. Sustainable outcomes were higher priority and were implemented, not aspirational and VM'd out. Particularly the case where decisions around what not to build were proposed. The necessity of typical elements found in the market were questioned and removed to reduce the end cost of the purchaser, but more importantly to reduce resources to build only what was needed. Another advantage of controlling the process was the ability to bring together resident groups at a very early point in the process. Nick will speak more about that later, but events for future residents were organised where ESD principles were discussed, being particularly useful for the Northside projects that followed a passive house approach with well-sealed external envelopes and ERVs. North side of the village comprises park life and evergreen up there next to the park, with left field, courtyard and sky house in the centre, and urban coop down on the end facing Hope Street. The site, in the context of Greater Brunswick, was an ideal development area to increase residential density, with high quality apartments close to public transport, amenities and services within walking and cycling distance. Increasing density in a sensitive way with no need for short trip car travel. Approaches to reducing car reliance and encouraging cycling and walking were one of many key ESD principles of the village that Bonnie will now elaborate on.
Honestly, living the relevant structure gave us the opportunity to push the envelope, to explore, test and prioritise initiatives. For Blue Sky, thinking and to run to ground these aspirations, we brought together 3 leading sustainability experts and ran a series of workshops to assess and to progress the opportunities to do that. Without any requirement to do so, the project delivered 27 apartments allocated to community housing providers, which are tenure blind and have been salt and pepper throughout the village. The village piloted a small studio apartment typology that leverages communal amenity for greater affordability and was sold to the key service workers, carers and women aged over 55 at risk of homelessness, starting from $215,000 and were quickly oversubscribed. The design was focused on reductionism and simplification, giving less to give more. At a precinct scale, we had the opportunity to group services, which reduced cost, carbon, square metres and most importantly, freed our streetscape. We also combined our domestic hot water and 40-kilometre rainwater storage in the north and south of the precinct. We wholly centralised the delivery of fire services, water supply, electrical and communications via a services trench underneath our pocket park. Imagine 1 booster assembly, 1 tank, 1 substation and 1 commons room. We centralised car parking in a single level basement with just 1 vehicle entry, enabling a street closure for the pocket park while accommodating a public fleet of 15 car share vehicles, and a central point for e-water and multi-stream waste collection. 20 cars for 200 apartments. There's a direct connection from the bike path through to a series of on-grade bicycle garages totaling 470 bicycles. In 2017, our primary focus was on delivering a net zero carbon ready precinct that was all electric supplied by 100% renewables, certified green power, and delivered by an embedded energy network. Embedded internet was also delivered, saving on kilometres of cabling and electrical demand with high-speed fibre to every apartment. Combined with 128 kilowatt shared solar array, these systems reduce expenses and improve service. Thermal efficiency was also high on the agenda. Ratings range from 7.8 to 9.1 natters by prioritising tight envelopes, considered window-to-wall ratios, high-performance thermal open, double glazing, external shading, and thermal mats. Courtyards and open-air circulation promote cross ventilation and access to light, while significant landscapes remove urban heat island effect. We're able to recycle 90% of the project's demolished materials. We have 30% cement replacement, minimal plasterboard, FSC timbers, carbon-neutral tapware, recycled bricks, recycled floorboard, non-toxic product paints and adhesives. We specified energy-efficient fittings, low-flow plumbing fixtures, and induction. The village is founded on the principles of environmental, financial, and social sustainability. Here's Nick to talk more about that.
The key aspiration of the village is the creation of a sustainable community. This can be defined as a gathering of people who come together from diverse backgrounds, united by a common goal of self-sufficiency and sustainability. In order to facilitate this process, a number of initiatives are undertaken in the delivery of the village, including the introduction of residents to each other well before they take possession of the buildings, deliberative design processes with residents through activities such as workshops and surveys, which led to outcomes such as the removal of second bathrooms and washing machines from apartments, and resulting in shared spaces like communal laundries, consolidated clotheslines, multiple rooftop gardens, bathhouses, and even dog rooms. The co-housing community at Urban Cook took it even further with facilities such as guest rooms, a music room, a workshop, multi-purpose rooms, and a communal and kitchen and dining space as shown here. Additionally, such events as street parties were held prior to the construction for residents to meet and build connections in more informal ways. A number of significant urban realm gestures were carried out, supporting engagement with both the local and wider community, including selling some of the land to council and enabling them to construct a new pocket park. The partial closure of Duckett Street to cars, increasing green space and improving opportunities for street furniture. Activating the building edges, providing seats for respite or small group catch-ups, and the introduction of a pedestrian muse between some of the buildings, all of which promote incidental and spontaneous meetings throughout the day. Such as the strength of the community that's developed in the village, and a co-op has been formed which purchased 2 of the commercial tenancies, allowing further residential buy-in with the curation of the tenancy mix in the area. Through an engaged and collaborative process between architects, this project was able to tangibly demonstrate a range of sustainability initiatives and innovations rarely seen in this building type. We are hopeful this project sets a new benchmark for more nuanced, creative and opportunistic sustainable multi